Yo, what's up? It's Martini.
Yo, what up, it's M4RTINI.
And today we're going to be doing a track breakdown of our new song that just came out on Kaiju Pit, Death Rattle. Yo, what's up? This is our project file of Death Rattle. It looks like complete and utter throw up.
It does.
As mentioned before, don't worry about anything right here, because you'll just only get confused as we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just dive into it. We're going to be going over my portion of the drop first, and then we're going to go over Matt's. We'll go ahead and talk about everything that, what inspired us to make this song, cool little techniques that we used, and, just the art of really not giving a fuck to genre, because we have rhythm, we have trap, we have tear out.
Yep, all together.
Yeah, I don't. This is something that you throw at a wall and it just so happened to stick. So
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over my drop real quick. We'll just start it off right now.
High knees.
Yeah. So that's the first drop. When we made this, we really didn't know how long we wanted it to be, so we just said fuck it. It went balls to the wall, and so it's a 32 bar drop. But let's go ahead and get into it with the sounds that we used. So one of the top layers that you'll hear is this one right here. And with that being said, the sound design on that is just a little trapping thing right here. Don't ask me anything on how this sound design is. Yes, I used a preset. It's from Moonboy's sample pack. It's really, really nice. I like the way it sounded.
Sounds sick.
Yeah, and it's a really good like feel thing. But one thing that I did want to go over is the actual drop, which would be this one. Let me go ahead and mute these. It's pretty much the main sound carrying throughout the whole song. So
cool.
All the post-processing on this, with it turned off, sounds like this. And then with it turned on. And basically what's going on is, actually let me save this so we can go to the original. We'll just save that. When we go through here, this is how the sample started.
Oh, yeah.
And then what I did is I went ahead and changed all that up to where it sounds like this.
Yeah.
Basically got rid of like all the little lines and everything. Again, a lot of people are going to ask, well, how did you make this and everything? To tell you the truth, like I just messed around with buttons until...
Sound design.
Yeah, literally.
Just messing around with stuff.
I'm not very versatile in any sound design. I really and truly, like, I take other people's sounds and then I, like, make it into my own.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that because it's just creativity.
Literally.
You're just, you're making whatever. So if anybody tells you out there that you need sound design and that
It's
you
false.
need to know it, you don't necessarily need to know it, but it helps.
Yeah, that's true.
But moving forward, we'll go into the sub. That really just...
Little beefy low end.
Yeah. And what I like to do with my subs is I don't really like when it sounds like robotic-y and like straight for it, and you can actually see it right here in this. I guess this is envelope one.
Yeah, envelope one.
So what I did, what it used to sound like was this.
There you go.
You see how it's just like real choppy, real.
Yeah.
Well, if you move this over,
Ooh.
it almost like side chains itself. So that's really what gives the song its flow and everything like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what we did. Well, the first drop right here, and then we have our drums coming in. I have it side chained. It's gonna take some time, but that's okay.
We got time. Little vocal fills here and there.
Oh yeah, definitely. One thing that I like is Leotrix's sample pack. He has really, really good hi-hats, and what this does is it adds some sort of grooves and everything when it's layered under a kick. So you get that like...
Get that swing.
Sometimes what I like to do is... in my previous tracks is I like to off-grid the hi-hats and things like that. I didn't do it with this track for some reason because these hi-hats just work.
Yeah.
I think maybe the hi-hats are sidechained to the sub. I'm not too sure. Let me check. No, they're not. Which is fine.
Yeah.
As far as like EQing, I know people are gonna want to know how we EQ'd this. Let me tell you that it was super, super confusing because I'm not really like that good at EQing stuff. So we'll go ahead and take a look at it. So with the EQ being off, it sounds very harsh and too much high end. So what we did, and low end, honestly. Yeah. So what I did is I completely took out the low end right here, and just the dips that were harsh. But yeah, that's pretty much this drop here.
Should we go into some of the intro?
Yeah, definitely. Well, with the pre-drop, I think we wanted to create that like that element of like, oh shit, yeah, like exactly. This is badass.
Yeah, something different.
So for the pre-drop, we did almost like a fake out drop. Yeah. So like it sounds like this. So that's what we had this idea of like, okay, well, if we're gonna make a track, like, how sick would it be if people are like, oh shit, like this is that new shit.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, not new shit, but like new shit from us.
Yeah, different shit.
When we made this song, we made it with the intentions of like going buck shit wild.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
It took us like what, 2.5 months to finish this track.
Yeah, and actually the original sounds nothing like how we did.
No. I remember I sent Martini this whip that I had, and we created into this, and the whip was nothing like this at all. It was like 3 layers we made in this entire project. It's crazy.
I think the original sounds were this, right?
Yeah.
No, not even like that. I honestly could not tell you.
Pre-drop vocal.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so with this being said, I was like, okay, well, let's try and switch things up and like not make it like your typical dubstep song.
Yeah.
So you'll hear it right here. So we brought it into like a trap kind of aesthetic into it, and really and truly what I was thinking was like, okay, let's bring those like, I guess like jungle type drums where it's like real big and you're like, holy shit, you know, like bum, 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 bum. Mm-hmm. And so what I did is I took a perk from a sample pack.
Perk 30.
Perk 30. Bro. Actually find the post-processing on this stuff. So what I did is you can see this DGM filter, bringing it in. And so with these, what I did is I basically cut the the very end portion of it, because it would sound like this.
Cut that tail off.
Yeah, I cut that tail off, and then I cut out the lows and a little bit of the highs, just so that we could, make it sound more like a drum. Put a reverb on it, and then basically make it sound like a drum pattern. So it's going. And you can hear that in the drop right here. What better way to bring it back in the last 8 bars for the rhythm kids out there who like to chop? So even if they wanted to play out the whole one, they could, I don't know, just do something just weird with the set. And we've seen it done from our homies Coolez and
Paths.
Yeah, Paths. Yo, shout out to y'all if y'all are watching.
Shout out.
So with the layers that are going on in here, so we have the trappy layers, which is, and then we have this sort of, it's like a effects, sound effects bell thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of giving it that extra vibe. Then we got the vocals, and then my favorites, some of the lasers.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what my drop is. We'll go ahead and go into the breakdown just to kind of see, how everything is put together. And it's real simple. You don't really, your breakdown should be just as important as a drop, but with certain songs, you kind of want to create that atmosphere where it's like, okay, this is sick.
Yeah.
So here it is. So what we have going on right here is a little respace that we have.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of the breakdown is the octave change. Mm-hmm. You can hear that and you can feel that, especially if you play it like in a system or in a car. You can feel that octave change and feel the bass hitting you.
Oh, definitely. And one other thing is, since this song is called Death Rattle, we wanted to include sort of the inspiration that we got it from, which is in fact like a snake.
Yeah.
So we've got a rattle in there. We put a delay on it, and then we have. Honestly, I don't know what this is. I think it's a. Oh yeah, it's just a brass.
Yeah, it's a brass.
Oh, what I did, so this is a brass one shot, and what I did is if I can get it, I turned it from like a, and then I just stretched it out to where it has that. But anyways, that's what we have there. That's pretty much the breakdown. Here's the build-up. Real simple rhythm build-up.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Read it.
Okay, boomer.
Oh yeah. And this is the second drop's honestly a pretty simple drop. There's a good amount of layers, but it's nothing too crazy. The first layer would be the gun. So we got this machine gun. Wanna play that? It's a chonky machine gun. And just resampled, and then we added a second layer of a laser under it.
And that's actually the laser from the first drop, and so we just kind of want to incorporate and give it that like that transient feel.
Transient, yeah, exactly.
So this is what it sounds like together.
It adds more like a wetness to it, kind of like is that I don't want to say like just a more full feeling to the drop.
Sorry, I just fucked up something.
Shout out Domatics for the fucking drums. Snare goes hard. Yeah. So it's just the guns, and then we added in a sustain. We like to call the telly sustain.
Oh yeah, the telly sustain.
The telly sustain. Where's that at? There it is.
Rated.
The telly sustain is just a simple serum patch, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's from the Ivory sample pack.
And we just resampled or changed it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina, you want to talk about that top layer you made, the rattle?
Okay, yeah. So what's going on top of this sustain here is actually something really, really neat and kind of something creative that me and Matt came up with. So basically, all this sustain is right here, and I'll play it for y'all. You can hear it crescendoing down. All I did to make that sound was use the initial, and I just
recorded it.
Yeah, we recorded it to audio here, and then we down pitched it with that crescendo.
And you could hear it in the drop too.
It sounds pretty really cool. So I really wish that I could tell you how we made this.
Yeah,
I think it's this.
Backwards?
Okay, yeah. So from the Ivory sample pack, we made a fill, and we basically just reversed it. Actually, what's the whole sample? No, that is the whole sample. Yeah. So we just reversed it, and it gives us that like. And then on this, we ended up recording audio. I really don't know. Actually, let's turn this off. Yeah, and then we just put. I think we just put like a vocoder or something on it.
Too crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling y'all can just grab samples, reverse them, do certain things to create your own sound design. It doesn't have to be completely from Serum. I feel like a lot of people are scared of Serum, and don't get me wrong, it is freaking hard to do, and it's very tough to learn. But there's other ways to make music and make it your own.
Yeah, and we definitely demonstrated that in this project. It
For
wasn't.
real.
I think when we started off, we had an idea of like, okay, well, how are we going to make this sound like our own and really just put like our own creativity into it? And I mean, just doing simple stuff like, re-sampling and just bringing things into, audio, pitching them down, just real basic stuff. You can make a really banging song. Yeah, so with the whole tear out thing, that's where we really struggled because we were like, okay, well, how are we gonna bring trap and dub to like tear out
all together? It was tough.
Yeah, and it was the super crazy thing is we went through multiple like versions of this. What we wanted to do is bring in the same crescendo but put it an octave higher. Yeah. Just give it that like, oh shit, that's really nasty. Yeah. And you can hear it in this part. So that is actually resampled from the original crescendo and pitched up. Mm-hmm. And then we just put a channel pitch on it.
And we were trying to make a flow that was very easy to follow, and I've had people tell me that they like sing my drop, and that's always fucking awesome to hear. Like, if you can make a drop that people can follow, you know, can sing a machine gun, you know, you're doing it right.
Yeah, or even like the rhythm finger thing, like
Yeah, right.
bum, 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 bum. So we have it. With this layer on here, we were kind of throwing it off, you know, just spitballing ideas.
Yeah.
And actually, it sounds like there's a kick or anything on there, or a sample.
Sample, yeah.
But really and truly, we just offset the actual machine gun rail.
Yeah.
So. And so that sort of aspect really like brings it in. It's like, oh shit, that's like.
It sounds sick.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole track breakdown.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing too crazy. And I mean, if we take off all the effects, we'll do like little stuff like that. I mean, this is it.
Okay, boomer.
Honestly, I really don't know why we put this in there. I don't think that was supposed to be in there,
We
but
just left it in there.
I think it kind of goes.
Yeah.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, like that's literally it, and that's from the Two Goot sample pack. It's pretty sick. But yeah, I mean, we can talk about the intro if we have. Yeah, we got some time.
It's time. Let's do it.
So the intro, the way that we wanted it to do was like, okay, you know, like the
Death rattle.
death rattle, yes, for the snake, but we also wanted to incorporate sort of like that Aztec, like Native American vibe. So it just sounds cool. Unfortunately, the sample that we had of the War Apache, basically is going whoo, whoo, whoo.
Yeah.
You can hear it in the final master, but for some reason when we loaded this, it didn't show up.
Oh, no problem.
But if you listen to the song, you'll hear it. But yeah, the intro, we have a couple of sub drops. We've got impacts. But yeah, here. And with this, it's just a perk. And we just put a delay on it.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's doing more than what it's like
Right.
what's on here,
Yeah.
but that's that delay coming into action. So, and then we've got. And we wanted to tease a little bit of the drop. So one thing that I really like doing in all my tracks that I do is I like to give a little snippet of what to expect and everything. And it just really like encaptures the listener. They're like, oh shit, like this is like, you know.
Brings the whole drop together.
Definitely. Yeah, with this, I really like Moonboy's new sample pack. You know, he's got a lot of good vocals in there, and one of them being this one shot. So,
Shout out Moonboy.
yeah, shout out Moonboy. You make really good stuff.
His tutorials are great too.
Super good stuff. But yeah, with the delay on it, that's pretty much it.
That's the whole track, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
Shout out Kaiju Pit.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out Kaiju Pit. You really helped us a lot with this release. And shout out Kepler, dude.
Kepler,
Holy cow.
If you need any sort of visuals or artwork, anything, hit up Kepler. I think it's 3D Designs by Kepler, if I'm correct.
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll link his Instagram right here.
Yeah.
But
It's fucking Death Rattle, baby.
yeah, this is Death Rattle. There's really nothing too complicated to this. I think one thing that we did struggle with was the flow.
That's true.
And one thing that I don't think tutorials really, you know, stress is that this didn't happen in a day. This I think we went through like 3 versions of the whole song before we finally like decided to go with one. And like my best advice is to, you know, make a version of a song, get some feedback, you know, switch things out, switch up the flow, do whatever. until I guess like you get what you get.
Yeah.
Because oh man, I have to find
Cool.
that. I have to find
The
how it
original
sounded
one?
before because it didn't sound like this.
I'm sure I've got it on my SoundCloud somewhere.
Yeah.
It's called yeah, if you're gonna collab with anybody, I think the best way to do it, especially if you're on different DAWs, is when you're with that person. So if you live in the same city with them, meet up with them and collab with them. Obviously, if you're in different cities, do it the old way. But this way, I feel is the best way. We can sit next to each other and actually make the song. Just because the DAWs are different and it makes it so much more complicated.
Oh yeah, and well, one thing that we had is so like I said in the beginning of this video, this whole template that I have on the side, yeah, I didn't use it, and so when I tried to stem out the project, everything was routed to this channel here, and like I don't know how to take that off, so I was just kind of like, you know, fuck it, we're just gonna work on here. And Discord, we were able to screen share and actually go through and
Discord
work
is
on my
best.
screen. So, yeah. Well, this is the track breakdown of Death Rattle. Thank you so much for watching.
For real, thank you guys. What's up, guys? I'm M4RTINI.
I'm Martini.
Thank you guys so much for listening to our track breakdown. I hope y'all enjoy the track. It's out everywhere right now on Kaiju Pit. So, fuck yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, this is our first track breakdown, so if y'all liked it, y'all didn't like it, let me know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Have a great day.